Well, let's see where are we flying today. Okay, so we are flying as Edelweiss 1559er from Santorini to Samos. Our call sign is Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel. The cost index is 9er. We'll be cruising at flight level 150 and primary alternate is Thessaloniki. The total block fuel we need for this 30 minutes flight is 12,421 pounds. Our alternates are Thessaloniki, Istanbul, Athens, and Diagoras. We will depart at 9:25 Zulu and should be at Samos by 10:14 Zulu. The weather at our origin, destination, and primary alternate is good, but might get rough at Istanbul and Athens. All right then, let's hop into the cockpit.
Let's bring this bird to life.
Bei Ihnen ist alles in Ordnung? Ja, dann kann ich den Rufknopf ausmachen. Super. Jetzt schon, Aria?
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seat belt. And also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to receive you. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daisy and I'm your chief flight attendant. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard this flight. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position and that your seatbelt is correctly fastened. Also, your portable electronic devices must be set to airplane mode until an announcement is made upon arrival. Thank you.
Jetzt schon, Aria?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome on board. We are all set and ready to go, just waiting for clearance to depart the gate. Please, make yourself comfortable, and I wish you a very pleasant flight. Cabin crew, doors on automatic, arm slides, cross-check and report. Thank you.
Starting 2 and 1 in sequence, starting number 2. Are you ready for the briefing?
I'm ready.
Today, we are flying from Santorini to Samos. Flight time would be 30 minutes. We have 140 passengers on board with 7.5 thousand pounds of cargo. We need 12.4 thousand pounds of fuel for this flight, making us approximately 140.8 thousand pounds heavy on the takeoff. The weather at Santorini is winds are 140 at 14 knots, visibility is good, few clouds at 20, temperature 22.16 and QNH 1022. With a given runway length of 2040 meters and 300 meters to spare, we got flex 57 for takeoff with flaps 2, V1 is 127, VR is 133 and V2 is 136. We'll direct to runway 16 left via Delta. We will do the takeoff roll, stop for any major and minor malfunctions before 100 knots. After 100 knots and before V1 we will only stop for engine fire, engine failure, aircraft unsafe to fly, loss of control or wind shear. I will call reject. You will observe the deceleration. We'll make a full stop or vacate the runway if able and advise the ATC. Any malfunctions after V1 we will continue to take off, climb up to 3000, following on the departure routing and hold at Santorini VOR. We are well below our max landing weight so we can return immediately if needed. Depending that, we are making Ostis 1 Echo departure with speed restriction of 210 until the first turn and 250 below 10,000. Do you have any questions, comments or suggestions?
I'm good.
We have positive start on number 1 and 2. Let's do the flight controls check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And rudder check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first officer from the flight deck. Welcomes you aboard on the behalf of my whole flight crew on this Edelweiss Flight 1559, inbound from Santorini to Samos. Flight time will be 40 minutes, and we will be cruising at an altitude of 15,000 feet. The weather along the way has been predicted to be good, so we are expecting a smooth ride. We still recommend you to be at your seats with your seatbelt fastened all the times. The cabin crew is for your own safety and services. So please follow their instructions carefully. We will get back to you once we start our approach into Samos. We wish you a wonderful flight. Thank you for choosing Edelweiss. Thank you.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, seats for takeoff. Thank you. Santorini Tower, Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel, ready for takeoff.
Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel, winds are 140 at 14 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 16 left.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 16 left, Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Takeoff.
Checked. Timing. Engine stable indications normal.
Manflex 57, SRS, auto thrust is blue.
Checked. .100 knots.
Checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Thrust lever climb, open climb, auto thrust, 15,000 is blue.
Checked.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
I am pitching to keep the speed below 210.
Checked.
Altimeter standard, autopilot 2, passing flight level 51.
Checked.
Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Are you ready for the approach briefing?
I'm ready.
So, we are approaching Samos, via Larky arrival, expecting runway 09er for the landing. Weather is good with some crosswinds from our right. It is 150 at 11 knots, good visibility. Temperature 22 and QNH 1024. We will be doing the famous glasshouse visual approach for runway 09er. We need to be 900 feet above the village, then we'll make the right turn for the finals. Gotta be 400 over the glasshouse. Please do call for the altitudes if I deviate. In case we are unstable or do not touch down within the limits, we will initiate a go-around. That involves straight out, until 400 feet, and then turning right for Larky. Depending that, we will be using flaps full, auto brakes medium and full reverse. As per the calculations, it should be enough. And obviously, I will be doing manual landing with auto thrust on. Anything to add or any threats you see?
Yeah. After the landing we will be making a 180 on the runway and take the first exit.
Thrust idle, open descent, all blue, flight level 100.
Checked.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first officer again from the flight deck. We have initiated our descent into Samos and expecting to land in another 20 minutes. It's a beautiful weather at Samos today with 22 degrees Celsius and some southerly winds of 20 km per hour. We wish you a wonderful stay at Samos and we are looking forward to fly with you again. Thank you. Speed managed.
Checked.
Speed alt star.
Checked.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Thrust idle open descent alt blue 1800.
Checked.
Flaps 2.
Speed is checked. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
Speed checked. Gear down.
Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel, winds are 150 at 10 knots, cleared to land runway 09er.
Cleared to land runway 09er, Edelweiss 6 Echo Hotel. Cabin crew seats for landing, thank you. Radio altimeter alive.
Check. Speed alt star.
Checked.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
Flight directors off and bird on, please.
Flight directors off and bird on.
Go around altitude is set. Manual flight.
Checked.
Landing checklist, please.
Landing checklist, auto brakes.
Medium.
Cabin.
Advised.
ECAM memo.
ECAM memo, landing, no blue.
ECAM memo, landing, no blue, landing checklist completed.
Thank you.
1,000.
Stable.
Checked. Slightly high.
Correcting.
Glasshouse in sight.
That's what we want.
"20 knots winds from your right."
Checked.
500. 400. 300. 300 above. Minimum
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel. Nicely done. Right on the markers.
Thank you.